We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go,
Hi and welcome to Discover with RAA Travel. Today I am in the Czech Republic, a stunning little town in the South Bohemian region of the Czech Republic. Can you believe it? Look at this view. Its medieval charm, cobbled streets and charming castle make it a must-visit destination. On today's show, Andrew is taking a look at the new Port Adelaide. And Tegan is having an adventure in Thredbo.
We are making our way up to Cozzy, which is just up there.
But before we do that, and I whisk you off to the wonders of this place, Callum takes us to the Wavell markets.
Adelaide Showground Farmers Market is known for its vibrant atmosphere, fresh produce and a wide range of locally sourced products. The market provides a platform for local farmers, growers and producers to sell their wares directly to the public. In addition to fresh produce, there's a variety of artisans here offering food and beverages at their stalls. You'll find freshly baked bread, pastries, jams, olive oils, chutneys and so much more.
The Adelaide Showground Farmers Market started in 2006, so 17 years ago. The people that sell the products here are the people that make it, grow it or raise it. And that's really important because that makes us a genuine farmers market. The sense of community that we have in the farmers market is amazing. All the stall holders, they're like family. For me, it's my Sunday family. It's like they know each other. They know the stall holders, for example, have some customers that have been coming here for the entire 17 years. It's amazing to see the camaraderie amongst everybody. Community, camaraderie, stall holders, family, that's what we're about.
I love shopping like this. There's always something new to discover and the seasons are constantly changing. So I'm going to make some beautiful French toast this morning because I know that my kids love it with whatever I can find. Excuse me, mate.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Is that a little white sourdough in the corner there? Can I grab a loaf of that, please? Thank you. Hello, mate.
Hello, Callum.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
I might just grab these two for now, if I may, please.
There they are.
Beautiful, thank you. Okay, so the final ingredient for my recipe, some honeycomb. Can I grab a slab, please, if I may? I'm so excited for this honeycomb. I really think it's going to bring this whole dish together. I've got some citrus here, lovely local South Australian pistachios, this buttermilk, the cream here, and of course some sourdough. We're going to make effectively a custard base, right? We've got a couple of eggs that can go straight in. And this buttermilk, and contrary to what people think, it's actually not got any butter in it, right? It's the byproduct of making butter. Really beautiful and sweet and savoury cooking. Now, the sourdough I've got here was only baked this morning, but traditionally this recipe is a great way of using up day-old or stale bread, so feel free to use that too. Right, let's get a pan onto the heat, kind of just medium-high heat here. And to that we're going to add a little bit of our butter. Pop a knob of this in, let that slowly start kind of melting away. Our bread into our egg and buttermilk mixture. This is such a versatile recipe. You could use literally any fruit that you want or that's in season, or you can find it at the farmer's market, right? And I've got a whole range of different citrus here. I've got some Caracara oranges, some Regulation navels, I've got some grapefruit as well, and some mandarins. I'm just gonna slice them up. I'm just slicing the mandarin segments in half as well, just to get rid of some of that pith. As soon as it's golden brown, you can turn it over, cook on the other side, another minute or so. What I love about this dish is just how quick it is. Let's pull these out now. Whole pile of our different citrus that we've got. And have a look at this cream. Oh my goodness. I've roughly chopped some of these local pistachios as well. And finally, this honeycomb. When you can get your hands on this stuff, whether it's for a cheese board or a dessert or this French toast here, it really just does add something very, very special. French toast, citrus, honeycomb, pistachios. Simple, but I know you're gonna love it. Supporting farmers markets like this one is crucial. By doing so, you not only have the opportunity to purchase exceptionally fresh produce, but also engage in conversations with growers. You get a deeper understanding of seasonality and the local farming community.
Thredbo is known for its snow season, and we usually go down every year. But did you know there is heaps to do in the warmer months? Let me show you.
How beautiful is this? We are down in Thredbo, and yes, it looks a little different because we are here in the summer. Right now we're doing a sunset hike. The sun is still setting, but we are making our way up to Cozzy, which is just up there. It's honestly so crazy how different it is in the summer compared to the winter, obviously, because there's no snow anywhere. But you just can't even imagine that all of this hides under the snow in winter. Okay, so the sun's going down. It's getting a little cooler up here. So we're gonna layer up a little. Tell me about the hike that we just did.
So we have just hiked 6.5 kilometres from Thredbo, the top of Thredbo, on the Kosciuszko chairlift. Anyone can come and do it by themselves or book in with us for a guided tour.
And I guess the guided tour as well is pretty special because you come up here at sunset, you get to see the sunset and then walk back.
Yeah, not many people get to experience Cosy at this point in time. It's pretty special.
We're walking back in the pitch black, so we've got our head torches on. But first, we're watching this.
Honestly, no photos or videos could do this justice. So that means you need to book a trip to Thredbo and go hiking.
Made it back to the car. Now it's a little drive down.
There are so many other self-guided hikes you can do as well. So when you come and visit, make sure that you explore. Check out this find.
This is a pretty beautiful spot for a picnic. Going mountain biking. I'm going to say for the first time.
Let's do it. Most important is flex knees and flex and wide elbows.
We met our fantastic guide, Francesco. He ran us through how to use the bike and we practiced down on the pump track before it was time to hit the big track.
That's what we're going up.
Up the gondola and up another chairlift.
1, 2, 3, best believe I got something. It's my turn.
Good to go.
It took a little getting used to, but in no time we were flying down the track. Well, it felt like we were flying.
And it is so fun.
This was an epic experience and a great spot for beginners and experienced riders. There is also so much to do around Thredbo too. Just down the road is the Wild Brumby Distillery. They're known for their schnapps, but they also do a pretty insane cheese board. And about 2.5 hours away, there is the Yarringobili Caves and Thermal Pool. This is in the National Park, and the thermal pool apparently is 27 degrees all year round. I can't wait to go back in the winter months when there's snow all around the pool.
One of the best parts about Travel Marvel's European Gems River Cruise is you've got choices. Stay on board and relax, head out exploring on your own or go on an organised tour.
You'll be whisked away in a comfortable coach, enjoying beautiful scenery along the way. One amazing surprise was Melk Abbey in Austria, which has been a working monastery since 1089.
This must be the granny flat.
There are also select experiences which are optional excursions. I've chosen one I have heard is extraordinary.
Today I am on an adventure in the Czech Republic in a World Heritage medieval town called Český Krumlov. And if you don't believe in fairy tales, I'm about to change your mind. Take a look at this.
I don't think I've ever seen such a magical view. With the Vltava River flowing through the centre and its centuries-old red-roofed buildings, Český Krumlov is one of the most picturesque towns in Europe. My guide Lucas is lucky enough to live here.
People who come here, they say that it's like in a fairy tale or in a movie. One of the most common reactions when the people come to a viewpoint and see the town, they say, oh, it's like Disneyland. Only this is real.
Sitting high on a hill that overlooks the town is the State Castle.
The oldest building is the building with the tower. We have proofs that it is from the end of the 13th century. The newest building in the castle is from the 18th century. And it's altogether about 45 buildings.
Lucky we came on a quiet day.
Next, I head to the old market square where you can shop, eat, drink, or do my favourite thing, people watch. Vehicle access in the old town is strictly controlled, so wandering aimlessly is the way to go.
If you like arts, you can go to the galleries. If you love history, you can just walk around or go to some of the museums. You can visit the castle on guided and self-guided tours. You can go to cafes, restaurants, pubs, and so on.
Speaking of food, I discover a gorgeous restaurant right on the banks of the river.
When in the Czech Republic, we order a traditional Czech feast. We've got potato pancakes, some cabbage and lots of meats and a local beer, an Eggenberg. Cheers.
Thankfully, Český Krumlov has never been damaged from a major fire or battle, making it one of the best preserved medieval towns in Europe. Walking its cobblestoned lanes, you really feel transported to another time.
These are the views that will stay with you forever. It's amazing.
But my river ship, the Capella, awaits, and there's a fun night planned. To celebrate the ship being docked in Passau, it's Oktoberfest. The festivities begin with an amazing four-course dinner.
Oh, yum. Thank you. Thank you. We are now in Germany, so tonight we're having a Bavarian feast followed by Bavarian entertainment, which I can't wait for. And this is a local dish.
Cleverly using cutlery in a different way is, you guessed it, a Bavarian band. It's a knee-slapping, hand-clapping night of oompa oompa, a fitting end to a great day.
Visiting Thredbo in the summer is great, but Thredbo in the winter, that's where it's at. Claire from RAA Travel has some great tips on booking ski trips. If you're looking at skiing in 2024, it would be recommended to start looking at booking that now. Often the ski slopes tend to book out quite far in advance. You should be looking at pre-booking anything as far as ski rentals, the lift passes and accommodation, because they do tend to book out quite fast. If you are thinking about booking ski lessons, it is recommended just to check what levels of skill they have. They usually have intermediate, beginner and expert, so just double check that there's something that's going to suit your skill level, as well as the mountains. All the mountains have different skill levels as well, so just make sure there's going to be something there that suits your requirement. Travel insurance is something to think about when you are going on a ski holiday. Often to have coverage for snow sports, it is an add-on, so just make sure you have sufficient cover to cover you for what you'll be doing. It is best to look at when is the best time to ski in the destination that you're planning to go to. So if you're looking domestically, it would be late June through to September. New Zealand would be May through to November, and the Northern Hemisphere would be December through to March. It's really important to remember that if you are planning to go to Thredbo, that you will need an entry pass to get into Kosciuszko National Park. That can be purchased either online, through your agent, or at the gate.
So the take home for me is to always check those snow reports and book in early to save.
Port Adelaide is renowned for its beautiful architecture and historic buildings, many of which date back to the 1800s. Take a stroll along the main street and you will discover a treasure trove of beautiful buildings. But did you know things are changing?
The submarine project's been talked about for quite a while, being based here in Port Adelaide, and we're really excited about the future of the defence system that will be happening right here on the peninsula. Lots of big projects will be happening, and of course people will be starting to move into the area as all of the businesses that can support that defence project will be setting up home right here in the Port Adelaide area. We'll also have the infrastructure that needs to be put in place for the first subs to actually be built right here in Port Adelaide, which is a massive project.
And of course, when visiting the port, you can't ignore the fascinating museums and historical sites. The South Australian Maritime Museum is a must-visit with its extensive collection of artefacts and exhibits that showcase the region's rich maritime history.
We also have the Aviation Museum, the National Railway Museum, and of course don't forget the Clipper ship that's going to become a fantastic maritime village. Port Adelaide's the only heritage precinct within Adelaide region, so that's a really unique characteristic that we have here. So many buildings are being restored, lots of private investors are coming in and saying we want this building to look like it did back in the day, or let's make a few tweaks just to make it even more beautiful. So we're really pleased with the work that's happening in that space. Lots of people can come enjoy the local eateries. We have so many things to see and do, lots of open space to enjoy. Semaphore Main Street is an amazing street of lots of little quirky shops that you can find. You can get your nails done, you can find some gifts, you can visit some beautiful cafes, and the centre strip is an icon strip of Semaphore Road. You can get some fish and chips, pop it down on the green space in the middle of Semaphore Road, and then of course down to Semaphore Jetty, and there's a miniature train that you can pop on, the carousel, which adults can go on too, and then you can head down to Largs Pier, and that's a really picturesque view right out into the beach with some beautiful sunsets. One of the things is you come into Port Adelaide, you notice we have a vast array of awesome murals. There's over 80 murals which were part of a Wonderwalls project which we've been doing over the last number of years. Amazing artists from overseas as well as local artists here in South Australia. So you can go to the Visitor Information Centre and get a map, or download our app, and you can also go on a walking tour through that.
So if you haven't been to the port for a while, it is definitely worth rediscovering. Now it's time to get back to Kelly in the Czech Republic.
Thanks, Hazy. What an incredible city. If you haven't been to Český Krumlov or Regensburg before, then look them up and pop them on your itinerary. They are seriously some of the prettiest towns we have ever seen. We'll see you next time. Na zdraví.